and localize a certain kind of consciousness into a ball of energy that you will then use for your personal development. Before we do that, we have to develop a connection with a certain kind of prana, a certain kind of energy consciousness to create this energy ball. So this is the second part of our exercise in this class. So to develop and localize sensate consciousness, sensate energy. This is the energy that is imbued with movement, is imbued with touch and experience with the physical world, as well as seeing the world, hearing the world, tasting the world. We also touch it. So the sensate energy is the quality of touch. And this is what makes the difference in creating this energy ball, because you're bringing that energy of sensate into the experience. It's actually real. It's not simply an image in your mind. It's a feeling, living, palpable entity. So I'd like you to bring your hands together and touch your fingers, tips of the fingers, one to the other. So your thumb is meeting your thumb, forefinger, your forefinger. And bring your conscious attention to the contact of one finger with the next. Feel the warm contact of flesh touching flesh. Relax, still keeping your hands together, still keeping your fingertips touching through the second part of the exercise. Now we're very quickly going to run through all 5 fingers, but you're just going to focus on one set of fingers at the same time. So bring your attention just to your little fingers. You bring your attention to just where your little fingers meet, and you're going to discount or not become concerned with the contact of the other fingers. So localizing your attention, your psychic attention, on the 2 little fingers as they touch. And then let that go, move your attention to your 2 ring fingers as they touch, fingertip to fingertip. And you're just having your consciousness be aware of the way they touch. That's all. Part of this may be that you start feeling your fingertips tingling or heat start to be generated. And let that go, move to the middle fingers, the 2 middle fingers. Bringing your awareness to where that touching feeling is, that sensate quality of ring finger against ring finger. And probably by now you're feeling some kind of tingling or heat or some kind of activity as the sensate energy of your etheric double begins to get charged and energized. And let that go, moving to 4 fingers, 2 forefingers touching. And even though you're working with the 4 fingers, keep the other fingers in contact with each other. And that's the challenge, that even though all the fingers are touching, your awareness is right here, currently right here in your forefinger. And finally, of course, letting that go and bring your attention to your thumbs, 2 tips of the thumbs touching. Your awareness, your focus is simply right there at that touch point. And just give you a few seconds just to experience what that's like. Very important you keep your fingertips touching, and there's going to be a space between your palms. Between the two palms there's going to be enough room to start building your ball of light. So we're now moving on to the third part of our exercise, the actual creation of the ball of light directly from your etheric double. So between your palms there is a sense of pressure, a sense of heat, a sense of something right there in the center of your palm. And in your mind's eye, or with this new sensate connection you have, feel a small ball of white light opposite each palm, actually between each palm of your hand. And as well as seeing it, you want to be able to feel it. Feel its warmth or its heat. Feel its solidity. You're creating it with your intention, but the important thing is that you feel it. You feel the solidness, the energetic presence of this ball of light. And once you have it, and if you're doing this from the recording, you can give yourself more time, but once you have that sensation of something between your palms, you can gently let go of your fingers touching. Move your palms a little bit further apart, a few more centimeters, a few more inches apart, so you have room for this ball of light to grow, to be almost held in this caress of your palms. You probably don't want to bring your hands too far apart, because that sensate energy you developed with the finger exercise is very important. So we're going to adjust the quality of the light in this ball using your intention, using the wisdom of your etheric double. We're going to change coloration and hence change the frequency of the light between your palms. And for this class we're just going to work with three colors. We're going to work with a white blue, so a white with a bluish tinge. We're going to work with a white gold, so white with like a yellow gold-like tinge to it. And white rose, again, white with a tinge of rose quality to it. Now obviously if you're a very visual person, these colors are familiar to you. You may even have clothing in these colors. If you're not a color person, it can be helpful to get a color swatch or pull something up on your computer, something that approximates the frequency of what you're trying to create. So you have it as a visual reference and can look at your visual reference and then infuse that coloration into your ball of light. So let's cycle through these colors. Again, this is the muscle building exercise. You're now in the psychic gym, pumping iron, pumping prana. So If you get tired or you lose your focus, as in the gym, you just put down the weights, take a short break, and then pick it back up again. Because of our class structure, I'm just going to keep going through this. But when you do this alone, when you do this in your own speed, feel free to adjust the pacing to work for you. So back to your hands, back to your fingers. If you lose the connection to the ball, bring your hands back together. Touch your fingers. Do a shortened version of the sensate building exercise, the second part of this exercise. Get that sensate energy built up in your hands until you feel the ball, feel the heat, feel the presence of the ball of light. Then you can move your fingers back apart. Okay, so your ball of light is bright white. White light emitting from it as though it's a light bulb or just a very bright star between your palms. And then, just as if you were looking up in the night sky, looking at the moon in its bright white phase, you then look over and you see a bluish star. Just adjust the coloration of your ball of energy to white blue. Both colors are in there, the white and the blue. It's mostly white with a tinge of blue. And just take 5, 6, 7 breaths while holding between your palms the white-blue frequency. Just a couple of more breaths as you fine-tune your ball of light, your white-blue ball of light, very healthy for the gross material body, the physical body. And what I'm going to have you do is bring your hands and your ball of white-blue light, bring it towards you and towards your navel, and bring that light, press your palms in, bringing the light into your navel, into your lower abdomen. For those of you who have done Qigong, you're bringing it into your lower dantian. Or into Svadhisthana or the second chakra. And give yourself the gift of this self-created energy. Self-healing is all about creating something you know you need and then taking it in, absorbing it, digesting through self-care, through knowing what you need. You can keep your hands on your belly just a few more seconds, and then whenever you feel complete, you can withdraw your hands. Going to bring them back in front of you, fingers pressed together. We're going to create 2 more. Fingers touching, sensate energy charging, etheric double hands energizing, creating 1 more ball of white light. And at the risk of repeating myself, we're looking for the sensate, not just the image in your mind, but the actual sensate feeling between your palms of this warm or hot thought form ball of light. You're now going to adjust the color to white gold, and white hyphen gold rather than white gold. So white with that tinge of yellow, that golden yellow. This is the color of the healthy noetic, the healthy mental body. So just adjust that white ball of light to have gold in it, to be the epitome of the highly functioning psychic thought process. Noetic, the mental body. Not rational, mental. Get a nice, bright, white, gold quality to that light. And now bring that, as you did before, bring it up to your forehead. Bring it up to where Agnya, the third eye, or Ajna, the third eye. And offer that energy to yourself as nourishment to support your highly functioning etheric brain, your etheric thought process. One that is not limited by dualism, by the false left-right paradigm, one that can see through the opposites to the unity, that's always there as long as we know how to look for it or choose to see it. And bring that white gold deep into your brain, deep into the center of your And if you're doing this to the recording, have that white hyphen gold light going to each hemisphere of the brain, into the back of the brain, into the brain stem, ventricles, all the way down through the lower brain stem, following the nervous system down through the spine, so this white gold light follows, or rather resonates through all of your nervous system. And then relax. Withdraw your hands. We have one more to do and then we're done for our class today. Bring your hands back in front of you, fingertips together, beginning to build once again your third and final ball of white light. And the color, the final color here is white with a tinge of rose. So red rose is better than pink rose, so the red rose in with the white. And traditionally this is the color of spiritual love, it's the psychic body. And see your ball of light as the highest form of love, the highest form of emotional connectivity with both self and other, fused into this ball of light. Feeling the ball of light between your palms, relaxing your fingers if they're not already relaxed. So you just have this very kinesthetic connection with this ball as you adjust its frequency, and then going to bring it to your middle dantian, into your heart area, slowly pulling it into your chest. To clear, to charge your psycho-emotional reality, your level of caring for others, your level of caring for yourself. But more than caring, an emotional connectivity, an emotional supportive level of consciousness beyond the left-right paradigm, which means beyond that place where you give to get, where you simply allow in love and affection because of who you are. So pulling in the white rose light into your heart, into the physical heart, also into your lungs, up into your thymus gland, back towards your shoulder blades. Do this three-dimensionally, thinking three-dimensionally. A few more seconds. And then, as you did before, bring your fingers, your hands away from your chest, back down, rest them on your lap. And we've just got another minute or so to complete our class. But as in all of these exercises, take some time once you're done to go back to your container, go back to your energy container around you, and just reset it, because it has shifted as you've done this work, or any kind of meditation or psychic practice work. It shifts your boundary, may expand it, may contract it in a good way. But we finish our work together by coming back to the boundary. You can even raise your hands up and just stretch them out to your side, arm's length, and just feel with your now attuned sensate energy hands, feel that edge, the inside edge of that container around you. And by bringing your attention there, support the integrity, support the strength of this container all the way around you, 360 degrees all the way around you. Good. Rest. And we're done for our class this evening. Next class, we'll work with healing the shock and the trauma in the energetic system of the etheric double. Really important stuff. I'm hoping that we'll have enough time to also touch on soul theft, on the loss of the soul due to parasitic relationships, parasitic influences in our lives. Happens far more than we often allow ourselves to be aware of. Someone actually stealing your life force. And we're going to continue to work with these balls of light and use this creation that you can do to help heal these damaged areas.